Where's the trigger? Where is it?
Man, look, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's early, but I fuck with
Yes.
it. I fuck with it tough.
Yeah.
I fuck with it tough.
Little
Um,
sunrise action. Little
and I
sunrise action.
quickly I wanted to bring this up because we did have this topic last week where we talked about the Carolina Reaper and the chicken nuggets. And last night, and I timed it because I was celebrating the OU win. I'm like, man, the kids want some Happy Meals. Let's go. Let me just kill the diet completely and just smash these 20 nuggets and see how long it takes. So I timed it and it was like 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Dry nuggies, smoked them hoes. And I will say this morning, that indigestion tearing my ass up. But we're almost halfway there to $1 million in 3 minutes. I told you I can do it, Isaiah. I ain't hitting no fucking wall.
Bro, look, okay, there's a threshold of 20 is like the perfect balance to where it's enough, but it's not too much. When you hit 30, when you hit 40, and you hit 40, you got 10 more, you meaning to tell me that first 3 minutes, I'm sure it went by quick. You were just, you were in the zone. You were like fucking Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
add
but
30 more. Add 30 more. Add 30 more. That's all I'm saying.
after those first 20, man, the first 20 are for pleasure.
Yeah, for
Then you
real.
then you then the $1 million locks in, and then it's like, oh shit, I only got 30 left to get to a mill.
Isaiah, I did
Yeah.
that yesterday like a 37U football team for the love of the game. Not for no money, just for the love of the game. Yeah, that's all it was. Um, Isaiah, if you wanna lead us into if you want to lead us into the would you rather, um, what was it, the John Jones or Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis.
So
Yes.
essentially, yeah, lead us into that shit, bro.
I mean, there's no better way to put it. Would you rather take a spinning back kick from John Jones in his prime or run a slant across the middle of the field with Ray Lewis staring down the barrel of a concussion that he's about to serve you
Yeah, we're
for?
talking early 2000s rules on, like, not
Yeah,
as far back in the 70s where he can hit you, pick you up, and then dump you on your neck. But
we're talking about just pure shoulder into your sternum
yeah, what was the
type
dude?
shit.
Keller from the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh
when
yeah.
he smoked him,
I
back when
mean,
Patrick
look what he
Willis
did
smoked
to
somebody. Yeah.
look what he did to your boy Heath Miller. That was Ray.
Hey, bro, chill out. Hey, chill
You.
out. Chill out. If I was gonna start to,
It's a simple question, gentlemen, and it's also for money.
oh, there's money involved.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought we
yeah.
were doing this for the love of the game too. If there's money,
No,
how much
there
money
will
are we
be
talking?
no. There is no
It's
love of
more
the
than
game.
two
Let's get.
thousand dollars, ain't it?
Yeah. If I'm going
Uh,
to take some pause, if I'm going to put myself through that kind of agony, you gotta give me about 5 million, easy. We'll set the threshold at 5 million.
Give me
We'll
Ray
start
Lewis
at five.
Yeah.
yeah, give me Ray for 5 million.
I'm
Um,
taking I'm
Pretty
taking Ray
simple
Lewis across
question.
the
yeah,
middle.
yeah, yeah. That's
There's
that's
no
gonna.
pads involved with John Jones. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that.
don't
bro.
care if
That
there
sells me.
was. Like, I'm saying, just the pure thought of first, I did play in that era. Obviously, it's going to be a longer recovery time because I'm 35. But I'm the unk you love to hate. But even after that, like, you're gonna go to sleep and wake up and just be sore, right? But you're, man, I'm cool. Like, it's gonna feel like you have the flu, right? You just go to sleep, wake up, your body's gonna hurt. You ain't gonna want to do nothing for a few days, whatever. If John's spinning back kicks you, especially if it's in the body, it's gonna fuck your organs up, like legit. I know people like to joke about Ray Lewis, bro. That spinning back kick is going to terrorize you. It's going to feel like you ate 50 nuggets and the Carolina Reaper at the same time. I'm cool. I'm cool.
And the amount of damage it's gonna do to your spleen, probably gonna break some ribs, probably gonna puncture a lung, probably gonna fuck your kidneys. Like no, it's not even
That's
worth
why
it.
like a spinning back kick it's got a smaller area of damage. And so it's going to pinpoint wherever it hits, it's going to pinpoint and do a lot more like damage in that one little bitty spot. Whereas like getting hit by a linebacker, albeit Ray Lewis, is like it's going to be more like a car crash. Like Marlon said, your whole body is going to be sore, but it's not going to be like it's not going to cave your sternum in like the heel of a foot would from the greatest UFC fighter of all
That's
time. Fuck, I'm
that's
cool.
such a hard spot
Yeah,
to hit
bro.
somebody. They've broke motherfuckers' foots putting their heels into their feet in the clinch.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
Just stomping down.
I
Hell
want
no.
no part of a John Jones spinning back kick.
bro. And
Like
Motherfuckers
ever.
have
if he's in his prime, he's juiced to the gills,
Fucking
gills.
Max, bro.
bro. He's
So
mad as
much
fuck for no.
cocaine
Yeah. Oh my.
in
Yeah.
his system.
Just mad for no reason. Oh, like Ray is a psychopath, and he has his demons too. But I mean, it is
I'm
what it
still
is. I'm
taking
taking
Ray.
Ray. I don't care.
I
Yeah,
I was more scared of BD than I would have been of Ray.
Yeah. This
yeah.
And
may
Ryan
have
Clark,
been.
bro. I've seen more Ryan Clark death shots than
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
hold
Here's
on. Let me. No, no, no.
Vontez
Let me do
perfect.
it. Let
What
me do
about?
it. No, no, no. Fuck it. No, fuck football. Let me ask this then. And I'm gonna throw some more M's at the end of it. So if it's like, let's say 25 M's, would you rather take the spinning back kick from a prime John Jones, or would you like to hear the door shut behind you and hear this? I'm a warrior. I'm here. I'm gonna hit you with an uppercut, a body shot, and then another uppercut, and I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Cause I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Which one would you rather take? Uppercut from Prime Mike Tyson, or a spinning back kick from John Jones? 25 M's. Obviously, you're going to the hospital. There, you can't get around
so
I
it.
feel like you're
I don't know.
gonna. My chances to live are about even. So
It's just what kind of death do you want, honestly?
yeah,
But
it's like
that's
I'd
again,
rather.
I'm taking the Mike
Bro.
Tyson punch just because I'm going to sleep. I
Yeah,
Hold on.
and then
So
you might wake
if
up a
might,
day
but
if you
later,
had to if you had
9 months
to
later.
for 25 mil, if you had to go 12 rounds with Mike Tyson prime, not trying to finish you, just trying to make you suffer for 12 rounds, or John Jones for 5 rounds.
Well, first of all, John Jones, I think would be worse. At least I'm thinking of my height. I'm thinking
Taking
of
12 rounds of punches from Mike Tyson doesn't
yeah, I was
sound
about
very
to say,
fun to
bro,
me.
you feeling very confident in yourself. I'm
no, no,
very
no.
happy for
At,
that because
at least at some point, if I try, I can maybe clinch
no, you
Mike
can't.
Tyson and like have because those rounds are 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
true.
But
That's
there's
so
true.
it's
12
like
of
all I
them,
gotta do, but
36 total minutes.
I just gotta
That's
keep
crazy.
running away, clinch, run away, clinch, run for my
Yeah,
life.
yeah. If it's rounds, I'd rather go with
You got to
Tyson.
think
Well,
the
John's gonna take you
arsenal.
down, and then
Yeah,
he's
the
gonna
arsenal of
like
John Jones. Yeah,
punish you.
pause. But like,
Nah,
I think about like 15 minutes of getting slammed, getting wrestled, getting elbows, kicks, punches from John Jones
getting up and then
for
spinning back elbow
for
off the cage,
yeah, for
losing
15
odds.
minutes or 30 and a half hour of getting fucking rocked by Mike Tyson.
But if he's not trying to finish you, I don't think he's gonna be throwing his best shit.
Well, no, I guess what I'm saying is like you can't be finished. You just have to take a punch.
That's
Like,
crazy work.
there's
well,
no way you
so
So
can.
he
Like,
can
you will
knock you
not get
down.
knocked out.
He can
Yeah,
knock you down, but you basically have to get up.
you have like this weird thing about yourself where you can't be knocked out,
yeah,
Some
and
Rocky
I'm just gonna,
shit.
yeah.
yeah, I know, bro.
Hey,
Like, yeah, no, I'm still. At least I can try to run away from Mike Tyson
Yeah,
because of how he walks people down. John Jones, I'm 5'6". He's 6'3", 6'4". He will
bro.
get me.
I think like when I watch old Mike Tyson clips, man, I feel so bad for people that he, like you said, the people that he walks down into the corner with his fucking bobs. That's got to be the scariest fucking thing. When you realize you're in a corner, like he got you in a corner, that's got to be scary as hell.
oh shit! Oh! And then
And
your coach.
he's literally just digging the top of his head into like your sternum,
Yeah,
and it's just fucking destroying you with hooks to the
What?
body. And then the moment you do this, he's taking one
Sure,
step
you
back
can.
and fucking hitting you with the bus driver uppercut and ending you. No, dude.
I,
Uh,
it's also crazy because your corner man, they're probably like, "Come on, stand firm, throw some shots back." You're like, "No,
like, why the fuck you stay in front of him?
I'm
The
cool."
fuck?
Yeah, saying it like that though, I may change my answer only because I feel like if you can't be knocked out, especially from Prime Tyson, he may take matters into a felony, and try to kill you because be like, this motherfucker would just not stay down. Don, Don King, I'm trying to get my money. Yeah, nah, I'm cool. I may have to switch that to John just because of that. But either
Yeah,
way,
it's
it's
like,
horrible. You're going to the
The
hospital for a
danger,
long time.
the
Yeah, yeah.
danger alone. I'm like, I think it would be more embarrassing. At least you go out on your shield if you're fighting Tyson. With John Jones, he might just choke you out and drop you like he did Lyoto Machida and just walk off.
Yeah, but if he
He
couldn't
might
finish
do.
you too, he may just choke you until the end of the fight.
Bro, my
Maybe.
fucking braid would explode. Like I would be in a coma. I can't go out like that. You know what I mean? Especially knowing that somebody's I don't want to look like this. I don't want to sit there and keep trying to fight the hands. You see when somebody's got somebody in the perfect like yeah, if somebody slaps a gilly and they can't kick out of it and their fucking feet are just
Flailing all over
kicking
the
up in
place.
the
Yeah.
yeah, no, dude, I can't go out like that.
Yeah, that's funny though. That's funny. It does lead into another point or another topic where I texted y'all, and it's because I seen this ass whooping, and I was like, "Ooh, that is top tier." But I wanted to know y'all's thoughts. What's the worst movie ass whoopings you've ever saw? As in a character in a movie just getting their ass kicked.
I think it's easy to say a lot of the Rocky movies, right? I mean,
Yeah, obviously
let's
Apollo
just start.
died.
Yeah, let's just start there with the Rocky movies. Um, I don't know something about the way that Jason treated Freddie and
Hey,
Freddie
bro, you better
Freddie
stop.
versus
You
Jason.
better stop, bro. Freddie
bro, Freddie
was.
pieced him
Bro, I
up.
was about to
What are
say
you talking about?
Jason landed some heavy blows. I'm not gonna lie, but this man's Freddie would. First off, Freddie
It
had
was the
Jason.
elbow.
Yeah, yeah, the elbow is crazy work. But Freddie hit. I've never seen that many combos. It's essentially like you're playing Street Fighter. You're playing like a fighting game, and you're just cramming through combos and just going into all the
Bro,
animations, and then the dude hits X once and hits you, and then it's like half your life. Just
Pew.
bro, that combination, anytime I see somebody drop a standing elbow drop, I know shit went, I
Oh,
know shit's going hard, bro.
shit went south. Bad.
right.
I
That was a
I
crazy
got
combo.
I wrote down five, but I'll go one at a time and yeah, as we go through it. But first and foremost, the number one on my on my list is the ass whipping that Ryan gave Jake at the party on Never Back Down.
Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah.
That was that was an ass whipping.
Yeah, I actually started watching that not too long ago again because it had been forever. And yeah, I forgot that yeah, and they kicked him in the face, and he went,
The flashbang grenade.
Bro, Jake tried to cheat and still got his ass kicked. He tried
yeah,
to
that's
throw
crazy
dirt.
work. Yeah, I mean, at that point, because I feel like they was gonna jump his ass. He had
Yeah.
the homeboy that ended up playing Jeffrey Dahmer. He had
Yeah,
him on his
Evan
side.
Peters.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had him on his side. That was it. And they were about to wash, like the whole party was about to wash both of them.
Okay. So
I
that's
got
five.
Thanos kicking every Avenger's ass for 5.5 hours of Avengers movie straight.
Flat facts. And the one against the Hulk is
Yeah, that's it.
unforgivable. He scared you out of bringing the actual Hulk. Yeah, that's an ass whipping, bro.
He emasculated you.
Yeah, facts.
Well, what was cold is homie was like, nah, let him have his fun. Let him have his fun. And then he said, "Poof, poof, poof, poof."
Yeah,
He hit him
he
with
was.
that combo. Bro, when he hit him in his throat, he said, oh.
Yeah, that was that belongs on the Mount Rushmore of movie ass whippings. I'm not gonna lie,
It was
I just
cold,
thought it was
too.
crazy because it was the entire first Avengers
bro.
and most of the second
Yeah,
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even he was getting jumped and it still felt like, oh, this ain't fair. Like Thanos is
yeah.
really
And
that dude.
the final battle when he had that sword with him and he fucking went behind the back with it, let that bitch spin, caught it, and yeah,
Bro, when the Avengers
underrated.
have to pull out all the stops
Every
to
stop.
still not beat you, like
Bro.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Captain
bro.
America pulled the hammer.
Yeah.
The fucking nah, it just they put
Even
his ass to
Captain
sleep.
Marvel. Yeah,
Yeah, y'all literally brought in everybody. I've never been mad enough to where I have to jump somebody like that. That's crazy. Calling the whole family, the whole phone. But hey, bro, dude just whooped
hey,
my ass.
pull
We
up,
gotta get, yeah,
pull
we gotta
up.
get him back. Fuck all that.
Even the charge scene, they just brought everybody. They were
Yeah,
like, we got to stop this
yeah.
motherfucker, man. Enough's enough.
All right,
Have you
but
guys seen the Halo series?
I have not.
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's on Netflix. It's pretty solid. I mean, Isaiah, I don't know if you played Halo. Marlon, I know you did, but you
That's
probably
kind of
enjoy it.
I
It's
was the
pretty
goat.
that's
solid.
kind of disrespectful
Isaiah was the
Wow,
to
best.
why?
Stop playing.
insinuate
You
that
ass.
I
Why?
haven't played
Hold on.
Halo.
Nobody insinuated anything. All I said was I don't know if you did.
We talked about sticky grenades like 2 weeks ago,
That is
Oh
true,
yeah,
but that
that's
don't
true.
mean
My
you
bad.
play.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
on me. My
sword,
fault.
and the shotgun, and the no
Yeah, my
scopes.
fault. That's
We
my
had that
fault.
whole
I'm sorry.
conversation.
Shut
I
up.
Isaiah, I'm
wasn't in
sorry.
it
My bad.
like y'all because I didn't play online. I had to play the
Well,
campaign
then you didn't play.
because
No, you
Oh
didn't
yeah,
play.
yeah. You didn't play.
I didn't
Yeah, you
have
Online
didn't
was
play
internet.
was
online. If you weren't in
Way
those
to
lobbies in
way to
2007, you
way
don't
to
count.
bring up that my parents were broke and I couldn't afford internet.
sorry about you.
And I had to
Yeah.
play. I had to
Isaiah,
play the
do you need
campaign.
to go back to bed, man? Is this too early for you? You and your
Hell yeah,
feelings?
it is. This motherfucker
No,
already
I'm
broke
fine.
out the
Nah, nah. Yes, play
Uh,
my theme music.
but on the Halo series, Master Chief got absolutely wrecked by the Arbiter through the
That's
whole fucking
yeah, I was
series,
about to say
bro.
that he did. Yeah,
His bro got his ass kicked the whole series. I'm like, dude, this is not how it went on the game.
no, I was
And
fucking him up.
my last one was M whooping Wink's ass in the studio while he
Oh
was
yeah,
smashing
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah. And 8 Mile, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy work too. Oh, he beat your
uh,
girl's brains in
Ooh,
the studio. Hey,
yeah.
just all right. I'll tell y'all the one, and this
I
is the
had
answer.
Drago, but that one's kind of obvious.
Yeah, yeah, that one
yeah,
I think is probably the GOAT because it's too
Yeah,
obvious. But in my mind, and once I say
yeah,
this, y'all both be like, yeah. The number one that I seen on this list when I was watching the video, was Bane when he beat the
yeah,
dog shit out of Batman.
that's
bro.
true.
I was
Yeah,
wondering what would break first, your mind or your
I
body.
didn't think of
Yeah,
that.
you got to think there was hints in between that. He said, "Your spirit, oh
Yeah,
your body."
yeah. And Bane was, or Batman was so confident too, pulling up like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I already took down the
Bro,
League. I took down the League
was
of
that
Shadows.
was that was that one of the cleanest fucking combos in movie fight history? I mean, Bane was piecing his
Yes,
ass
Bro,
up.
yeah.
it was
Well,
rough.
first of all, he let Batman like
Tee
get
off
his
on him.
like
Yeah,
yeah, like get his licks in, and he was like, "All right, cuz."
yeah. Oh, what did
It
he
was the
say? Your
double
mind is
hooks to the
already,
body.
yeah. He was talking shit the whole fight too.
Yeah.
That's the like he. Oh, you think the shadows are your friend? Huh? Yeah, he got his ass whooped. That was number one on the list. I remember we went and watched that movie. So it said, I'm telling you, bro, he
I
beat the
just saw
mask off of Batman, bro.
bro. I'm sorry. I was just thinking of the movie and everything that he said. I'm dying laughing. That
As a
was like
Steelers fan,
perfect.
that was the last time Heinz Field was great.
That was
Yes.
a good
Shout
time.
out to
That was a
Heinz
good
Ward.
time in Steelers history.
That was, man. Heinz Ward running a kickoff back in
With
his
absolutely
later
no
years.
cartilage.
Yeah, no cartilage in his knees. It was good times. It was good times. But
What time? Hey, what year did that Batman movie come out?
uh
2012.
it came out in
2012, I
2012,
believe.
yeah, yeah. So they had
2012.
started recording it right after, I think right after the Steelers lost in the Super Bowl to the Packers, but maybe I'm
So
wrong.
Mm.
it made sense for them
So
to like
the
Tear it
already
down.
Steelers
book it.
organization kind of crumbled in the same time period as the stadium
Yeah, bro,
in
we
that
need
movie.
Batman to come fucking find Bane
Go
so we can get our
build it back
yeah.
up, man.
Tired of this shit, bro. I'm tired of it. And but
Uh,
we're gonna win today. But let's go to some more important, really not important, but some exciting news. Um, OU takes out Bama in Tuscaloosa for the
Yes,
second year in a
sir.
row. I know talking to a lot of other OU fans, no one felt confident in this game at all. This was that one game at the beginning of the year that everyone thought, man, this is their homecoming. We beat them last year. We stormed the field. They're going to come in for blood. And OU, with a below average offense, goes into Tuscaloosa and beats one of the hottest teams in the nation. What are
In
y'all's
Saban
thoughts on
country,
it?
baby.
Yeah, with Saban in
So,
attendance with his wife.
With
Still,
Miss
so
Terry.
all transparency, I think on Thursday, and then last night I was talking to our friend Chris Borrego, and I was telling him, I was like, man, I was like, I know I'm in the minority, but I feel good about this game because of just a couple of things. Alabama's strength is OU's strength. They're a one-dimensional offense, not really have don't really have a run game. And if OU knows that a team is one-dimensional and can pin its ears back and be aggressive to the quarterback, I feel pretty good about our chances. And Texas showed against LSU a week ago that if you can get to Ty Simpson and get him off balance, he's not as good as he is if you just let him sit in the pocket and play coverage. So with OU being the best team in pressure rate in the country, I felt like I'm not saying like my confidence wasn't that we can go down there and win, but I definitely didn't think it was going to be like I thought it was going to be less than 7 points, one way or the other.
yeah, just
But
a big close
yeah,
game. I was
yeah. And
similar
then when I
until I
found
seen
out
Art Mason
that
Thomas wasn't playing, and I was like, ah, shit.
see, but man, I like Taylor Wine
Me
too.
too.
He's not as good as R. Mason Thomas. Obviously, R. Mason Thomas is an All American, but Taylor Wine is on his way, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he had another game last night where he was just everywhere. In fact, I think he made the play of the game when
he
he sacked
did.
Ty Simpson.
He did.
So,
That's TJ
Yeah,
Watt
thousand
level
percent.
pass
bro,
rush
Yeah.
play. Yeah, yeah. And
bro,
he's
the
a
way
sophomore.
he
That's
the
the
way he the way he dipped and smacked the tackle's hand. I mean, just the way he got to the quarterback was impressive. Um, I think it's another example of why this defense is elite. And, statistically, they're not top, I don't think they're top five in the country anymore. I think they're still top 10, but they're not top five. But this defense locks in, and even when they're not smothering an opponent and shutting them down entirely, they make plays when they need to. And one of the best things about this year's OU team is when they go to the locker room at halftime, it's a completely different team coming out. Like against Tennessee, they threw for a bunch of yards. They had 3 turnovers, but they threw for a bunch of yards in the first half. In the second half, OU smothered them. It's the same thing against Alabama. Ty Simpson threw for like 240 yards in the first half, and then he threw for 80 in the second half. So I I just like I like
65.
where the defense, yeah, I like where the defense is. And the craziest thing about it, I think they have like two seniors, like Dominic Williams up front, and I think there's one person, Gentry maybe in the secondary. RSJ's not a senior. So yeah,
Gentry probably, but at this point, I don't even count him on the roster, bro. I've watched.
yeah, he's always hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gentry's in the last 2 years has probably played 4 games.
It's sad because I felt like 2 years ago he was one of the best DBs in the country, but I don't even think he's one of the top three on the team
I
anymore,
think
even
I
when he's
think he
healthy.
I think he is he doesn't get to play enough to get into a rhythm on the field, but
Yeah,
I think I would rather have like Cortland out there because
bro. Yeah.
he can tackle, he's physical, he is long and rangy, he's quick. He struggled early in the year at times. You can tell that just made him better, which is
Hmm.
what you want to see. You want to see your players peaking at the end of the season more than you do at the beginning. But I would like to have both of them, but I'm actually happy that it doesn't really fucking matter because
Yeah.
it could have been one of those games where you see coming into it like, okay, Oklahoma doesn't have one of their best coverage guys on paper. They don't have their best player on defense, probably the best player on the team. Um, they don't have him. And going to Tuscaloosa, that I the last OU win that I can say that I was as excited about after like all the circumstances was probably Baker's first year in Tennessee.
Yeah.
where it was a
Ooh, that
it
was
was
a
like
crazy
a
game.
crazy. They're in the SEC. They're a great team. We're on the road. It's a night game. We'd been losing the whole game too, and then Baker just put that drive together, threw that touchdown to Sterling Shepard. He threw another touchdown. We ended up winning that game. That's how I felt coming out of the Bama game because it's bro, defense. The defense is it take a bow. That is a team that I don't know how good our offense really is because of how good our defense is, and they can just rely on him, and it causes Arbuckle to call stupid plays, which that's a conversation for a different day right now
Yeah.
because I think he's been on some bullshit calling plays, but this is basically 2 weeks in a row that the defense comes out, sets the tone, and wins the game on the road
On the road.
against a
Well,
top ranked SEC team.
that's why, and this is what drives me nuts about some people I see on Facebook and stuff like that. Like, this is what you brought Venables in for,
It took
because
some
defense
time.
travels. Yes,
Yeah.
this defense travels, and you can go on the road in Tuscaloosa or in Knoxville and win games if you have an elite defense. A lot easier than you can go into those places and win if you have an elite offense and a trash defense. But it's funny that you said that, Marlon, because one of my points was going to be this win to me is comparable to the 2016 win against Baylor at Baylor late in the year. Baylor's a top five team. OU. You feel good about OU, but you're
Yeah,
still like, well, I want to see them do something great. And then they go on the road to Waco with that elite Baylor team back when Briles was still there, and they put their foot on their neck. Like,
that was a big time win. I think I just
bro.
felt way more comfortable because of Baker at that point. When he went into Baylor with I think yeah, we had Joe and Samaje and shit too.
Hmm.
I just felt at that point we were rolling in that season. But no, that was a big time win. They've had really big time wins, but this one is like, first off, in my opinion, that was the game of the week. That's not
Yeah.
me being a homer. That was literally the game of the week. There was no other game that was of that nature. Two big time programs, two blue bloods,
With
and do
with
like just
so
duking it out.
so much, like, there's so much at stake. Like,
Hmm.
you could say, there's a lot at stake with Georgia and Texas. But the thing you can't say about Georgia and Texas, you can about OU and Bama, revenge factor.
Hmm.
And then Alabama scheduled OU on their fucking homecoming,
Yeah,
which is a game usually you put a cupcake in.
yeah,
So that
That's
being
an ass
motivation for
whooping game.
OU,
Yeah.
yeah, is like,
So
yeah, like,
what
and OU knowing that, they had to come
and
out with a chip.
and it is a good thing for OU because you beat Bama on the road. You're now at what
Texas
8
loses.
wins. Well,
Yeah.
so just looking past getting to the playoff, like, bro, the thought process of OU going to leaving the Big 12 is they can't compete with the SEC. You're in your
Yeah.
second year, you're now competing.
Try again. Yeah.
What's the thought of recruits? I can go to OU. I can
Mm-hmm.
go to the NFL regardless of where I'm playing at. They've put quarterbacks in the league. They have linemen in the league. They have running backs in the league. They have wide receivers in the league. BV is now putting defenders in the league like crazy, even though we already
Yeah.
have some, Nick Benito. But
Yeah.
why not OU? Why
Yeah.
not? If you can't get into Tech, you can't get into A&M, you can't get in. Why not? And that was one of the things that a lot of us OU fans weren't worried about going from the Big 12 to the SEC. We didn't think that like me personally, I didn't think it would be in year two. I thought it would be more in
Yeah.
like year three, year four. But to
The
rebound, we
Go
won
ahead,
more SEC games than fucking
bro.
OSU's won Big 12 games since we left. So
So fuck them. Yeah. So, the thing I think about, this is just me personally. It gets me excited. Is at the beginning of the year, no OU fan was sure about Venables' status as OU's coach. We came into the year with the number one class in 2027 with a coach on the hot seat. He's not on the hot seat anymore. This team looks like a legitimate college football playoff threat, and we have the number one class coming in 2027. Like, that's exciting to me because 2027 is going to be the senior year for a lot of the guys on the team now if they stick around. Kip Lewis, Kobe McKenzie, David Stone, Jaden Jackson, Tyler Wine, Cortland Guillory will be a junior that year. Like that, like I'm pretty fired up about what the future looks like for OU football. And you're showing people even before you get like that class in here, you're showing future classes beyond that. You can't, like Marlon said, you can go into the SEC and win with this coaching staff. Now, I don't know. I'm not as down on Arbuckle and Mateer as a lot of people. I think it's year one in the system with a lot of these guys. The only one that knows the system in and out is Mateer. I think I'm a believer in sometimes the process takes time to learn the offense for everybody, stuff like that. But there's some sketch play calling. I don't
The
like that.
one on third down where you run that jailbreak screen. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck
fucking
are you
dumb. What are we
doing?
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just 3 yards stop route and you're in field goal range.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
again,
that
it
was
doesn't.
fucking dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't come back to bite you because of BV's defense. Honestly,
By
um,
the way, he's the best defensive play caller in
yeah,
college football
yeah.
history, in
That's
my
two.
opinion.
That's 2 weeks in a row where you have two of the better quarterbacks in the nation struggling,
Yeah.
especially in the second half. They're seeing goes. Um, it's I don't know. It's big time. Isaiah, as a converted OU fan, what are your thoughts?
It's very simple, gentlemen. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I know you guys have been lifers. I'm just hitching myself to this wagon.
I told you it's
And
gonna feel good. Pause.
um, there's
It's a
there's
roller
there's
coaster, man.
there's there's two things that you got to highlight, and we kind of already talked about them. One, being in the SEC, what Venables has done for that defense and stopping like Goliaths, stopping Alabama is Bama. Okay, you can have all the confidence in the world, but until you go there and until you put on the pads and you make those calls, it's gonna look different. And people know that going in. Nobody picked OU to win. This was an upset, a huge upset. Like you said, being that it was homecoming, being that it's a revenge game for Bama from last year whenever they were ranked and OU beat them last year. That's the biggest thing. Enough credit now needs to be shifted purely to Venables and what he's done in a 4 year span, basically losing a plethora of recruits because Lincoln Riley left, picking up the pieces. We are now seeing his guys, which the success of the defense can hinge on the transfer portal and people wanting to make that offense better, making them more explosive. And as far as the miscues and the play calling of that game that happened, I mean, let's look at it this way. Bama is Bama at the
Hmm.
end of the day. So it's going to be a tough game. And what made it tougher is the fact that, yeah, maybe OU couldn't really score against Bama, but Bama couldn't score against OU.
That's the trade
That's the
off.
type of
Yeah.
that's the type of game that it needs to be.
Well,
And you
that's
don't have that
SEC
type of game
football.
unless
That's what
yeah,
we signed up for.
I think
yeah,
it's one of those, especially for me being a Steelers fan for the forever, and it's one of the things that I hate to think of. It's all I want from the offense is to not be as inept because if the defense just comes out and has a bad game, a bad day, we're gonna have to rely on the offense, and it's one of those where I don't know which team we could beat if we have to rely on our offense to put up points.
exactly. Yeah. The
That's the only thing that would like worries me a bit. But at the same time, if you continue to do what you're doing, and I do think that I don't think like for instance, if OU were to make it to the playoffs, I don't think that they'll play any run defenses like they're playing in the SEC right now. So I think they
no.
will be able to run the ball a lot easier, which will
Yeah.
make them a problem. But they're starting to
I
get better.
I just I don't know like uh, okay, well first, I just wish they would take that jailbreak screen and can it just completely. I have not seen it work one time all season.
Yeah.
Every time Sategna catches the ball, he's got a dude in his grill. So it's not they don't set it up right. People know what's coming. Just can that play until you can learn how to set
Yeah.
the play up. But
Looking
also like I don't feel like when I was watching that game last night, like I know everybody was so down on the offense, but I felt like the game was complimentary. The defense made plays when they had to, but they were getting carved. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
like the defense, like I said, it's not like the defense suffocated Alabama. It's they were getting carved, and then they would bow up when they needed to and make a play. The offense wasn't very productive, but they would make a play when they needed to. When you
yeah.
needed that 20-yard material run, he gave you that 20-yard touchdown run and broke a ton of tackles. When you needed, a little bit of a drive to get you into Sandell field goal range, they gave it to you. Like the offense gives you what you need. Do you want touchdowns? Yeah, you want touchdowns. But, at the end of the day, it's not like the offense was like last year where it's three and out, 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 three and out. They're getting a first down or two every drive, getting your defense some rest, and then when they need to put something together to get some points, they do.
Yeah.
That's
It's way better than last year. I think the worry is can we can the defense keep this up? Because in the first
yeah,
half, I think they only had like 21 plays, which is
yeah.
horrible. But
It was.
I
uh,
expected it. Once X couldn't get going running the ball, I was like, all right, it's going to be one of those
I don't.
games.
I don't feel like he was running the same either. And I know he hurt his. I guess he
Yeah,
hurt his knee later in the game,
yeah.
but even early in the game, I don't feel like he was running as as hard as he was against Tennessee. And I
They
felt the same about Heineke. I didn't feel like Heineke was flying around like
yeah.
he normally does.
Uh, X, I think they did a good job of not letting him get going. Like they
Yeah.
were in his ass in the backfield. There was a couple of plays where it looked like he was negative yards and he turned it into four. But so I think that was him. Heineke, I seen the same thing. But Kip,
Yeah, bro.
thank you, Kip.
Yeah.
You played your
Kip
ass
and
off.
fucking Kip and Devon Jordan. I
Yeah,
mean, made some plays. Like I
yeah.
was like, damn, look, we got guys out there I ain't seen but maybe a couple times all year making
It was
plays.
like I
Hell
said,
yeah.
it's one of those games that I hark back to my childhood OU days of
Yeah.
like this is like OU versus
Like
Nebraska.
like Nate Hibble.
Yeah, yeah, God.
Like those
The
days.
big
No, no, I'm
here's
saying
the
like
big
the
Yeah.
game itself. Like
Oh
it
yeah, yeah.
had that
How big it
old
was, the
OU
energy.
versus
Yeah.
Nebraska, where it's two big time schools until Nebraska fell off a cliff. But yeah, but go ahead, Isaiah. My fault.
here's the biggest thing with Texas losing, with Notre Dame winning, with OU having two losses, with what's left on the schedule. Don't fall asleep. Stay focused.
Yeah.
Get the offense shored up, and you will be in a position come playoff time to really make some noise. This win was huge. Finish out the rest
Yeah.
of the season.
But you
You
can't let
know,
it
yeah,
affect the Missouri game coming up for
Either,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
because both are unranked, and they're going to throw as
It,
many
it
trick plays as
it's a
possible, do
trap
whatever they
game.
need to. Yeah, they are
It's a
trying
trap
to
game.
fuck your season up. So
Yeah.
don't let them do that. But
Texas is gonna fall way back with having three losses. Make
you
sure
say
you don't.
wait, but I don't even know if it's going to be that far.
Well, the reason that I say that too is because ironically, yeah, Pitt lost. Indiana is still dominating. Texas A&M won a close one. They came back.
That Shane Beamer is canned, son. He's
Yeah,
done
Which is
even
wild
tomorrow.
because
Clemson won.
I felt like Shane Beamer was I felt like it was like a picture made in heaven, him going to Vautech job opening up. I thought he would take that, and then he said he's not interested, and now he's
Oh,
about
he
to get
about to be
fucking fired.
interested.
He's
Yeah,
about
you're
to.
about to be interested, bro.
Shit, they're about to give that to fucking what's his name from Penn State.
I heard that. I mean,
Yeah, James
OSU's job
Franklin.
is
Yeah,
open.
Ah, that's true. I do have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Now that
Oh
Isaiah
shit.
brought up scores around the country,
I
does
said
anybody want to win the ACC? Does,
no,
does anybody want
no,
to win?
no.
Jesus Christ! Everybody keeps losing, and then I ask that question, and I'll lead that into this one. Should the college football playoff committee just do away with auto bids and go to a regular playoff system with the 12 best teams go regardless of conference?
I would love to
it
see
would
that.
be seven SEC teams
I was gonna say
normally.
I would love to see it, but I think that they don't do it because they don't want to turn off a full wow. They don't want to not appeal to the entire country and like everyone in that region of like the ACC, the Big 12. and really that's
Because
about
you're
it.
only getting one school to represent those conferences, maybe two,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, it's there's going to be
I just
probably one from the ACC, one from the Big 12. What is
I just
Pac-12 still exists?
no.
There's three
Uh,
teams now in the Pac-12.
Hell yeah, we can go
there's
win
only
that.
there's only the power four, and then
Okay.
a group of five champion, and then those are your auto bids, and then the
Yeah.
rest are
So
outliers.
Yeah.
so what? Notre Dame.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Notre
I just think
Dame.
like
I think
I would feel bad.
With Notre
I would
Dame being ranked ninth coming into yesterday is still crazy because they've had
they
two
lost two out of their
losses.
first three games.
Yeah, they
mhm.
They
lost
lost them
early
at
and now they're
they lost at the right time. I'll
yeah.
say that. Did either of y'all watch much of that Texas Georgia game?
Yes, I
I watched a
watched
little
the
bit.
bulk of it,
I didn't
and it was
watch.
close until it wasn't anymore.
They ran that
And
fucking onside kick, bro. That's what
that's
game
what
was
fucked
over
them.
after that.
Yeah,
Yeah, game was over
See,
after that.
yeah.
I didn't. I'm clueless to the entire thing because I was watching the UFC card, and I would flip over to the Texas Georgia game, and then right whenever I'd flip over, Georgia they
Would
were
score.
scoring. It was popping
Yeah.
up like Georgia because it was it like 14-10 or something,
10, yeah,
and
14,
Yeah,
10.
then I
and
checked
then
and it
the
was
fourth quarter
21.
happened.
It was 21
Yeah,
10. I
Yeah,
was like, oh
bro.
wow. Turned back to the UFC and then turned back and it was 28-10. I was like, ah, this shit's over with.
and
Bro,
then
it's
it was
because
35 to 10.
Georgia scored to make it 21-10, and then set up for a regular kickoff and did a little sneak onside
Oh, that's what's
and
Mhm.
up.
recovered it, and then I think threw a
Scored.
40-yard touchdown
Hmm.
after that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
scored,
and just
and
like that
then
it was.
Texas stalled, and Georgia
I
scored
felt
again.
bad because like I said, I didn't watch a lot of the game, but just looking at the box score, it looked like Arch had a decent game. I mean,
Yeah. But I've also seen that he started off good and then he looked like ass
fell
again.
off. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
then it came to the point when they were down 21 to 10 in the fourth quarter with about 9 minutes left. You're looking at the score going, all right, we got to pass the ball. We're running out of time. So they just sent pressure.
And
They
he
just
was
sent
like,
pressure.
let's check it down.
No, he was trying to throw the ball deep. That's the thing. He was trying to throw the ball deep,
Well, guess
and
what?
there was
Maybe he
just
should have
he had to get rid
checked
of him.
that motherfucker down.
So, okay, so question for y'all. With 2 weeks remaining on the schedule, who's your Heisman? I will start.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah Love.
I
I will
like Jeremiah
start.
Love. Go ahead.
Oh, Isaiah started. My bad.
Oh, oh,
No,
sorry.
Isaiah
go
stole my
ahead.
Jeremiah
fire,
Love.
baby.
Go ahead. Oh, that's who
Brother,
you were gonna say too?
Yeah,
give
Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
me give me Marcel Reed.
Oh, from
Texas
brother.
A&M, bro.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
After
quarterback
yeah.
is
yesterday,
Brother.
definitely.
bro. So he threw the two picks, right?
No, no, I'm
Then came
saying
out.
what he did. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
afterwards.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he came out in the second half and threw for like 350 yards and four touchdowns.
Motherfucker
I
was
was like,
cooking.
okay, but he's been doing that all year. He did that at Notre Dame in a win at Notre Dame. He's been killing, man. I mean, Mendoza's nice,
Hey,
but
chill out. No, I'm joking. That
my
he
fault. My bad.
that's
Go.
mine. That's mine.
Oh, my bad. Well, I
Mendoza,
already
give me
said mine is
Mendoza.
Marcel Reed. God
Yeah,
damn it,
give me Mendoza. I think hopefully, if the Lord loves me, next year he'll be taking snaps for the black and gold. Um, I
bro.
like his size, pause, and obviously he struggled last week, and I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, look, y'all thought that he was good, and he's out here struggling against this
Bro,
bum
he.
team, Penn State." But every quarterback's gonna have a game like that, and
Mm,
he was able to fight through adversity, come back, and throw the game winner.
bro, that last drive, dot after dot after
Dot,
dot after dot,
dot,
bro. I was
looking
like,
like
okay,
Brady in the Super Bowl.
man.
Tommy,
Speaking
Get
of,
put us a drive together.
since we're talking
Yes,
about
Bill.
Heisman candidates, have y'all seen Julian Sands' fucking stat line for the year?
Yeah, he's
Crazy.
It's
the
fucking insane,
boringest.
bro. 83% completion
Yeah,
percentage. I think he had like 23 touchdowns, zero picks for a whole fucking year, bro.
bro.
Come on,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
you got to
most
be.
boring
man.
good stats I've seen in a
He
long
was
time.
23 of 31 for 184 yards and one touchdown
It's
yesterday.
crazy.
Is that Sands?
Just, yeah,
Yeah.
just. Well, I mean, they
Now,
were able to run for 220 yards as a team. I mean, and they were
maybe I
playing
shouldn't do this.
UCLA.
Maybe I shouldn't do this because I'm gonna come off like a hater. But like, Ohio State play somebody, bro. Like, y'all's
Yeah.
cupcake ass schedule. Go
Because
play
I
Look
somebody.
at
mean,
it.
they played Texas the first game. Have they played a ranked team since?
No, and they're not
No.
going to until
Well,
they play Michigan. Yeah.
they beat Illinois, which was ranked at the time,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
and then
Did they
everybody
play Penn
else, yeah,
State?
with Yeah, they beat the shit out of
Yeah,
Penn
but
State. It was
Penn State
38
was
to
Okay, Penn
14.
yeah, Penn State was ass at that point.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
and
they were ass
Purdue,
from the season
UCLA.
started.
So basically, they're still going to walk into the conference championship, and
that's gonna
still,
be that game. That game's gonna be lit.
even if they lose to Michigan, they're still going to play for the conference championship.
Yeah,
And if
everybody
they
else is shit.
lose, yeah, and if they lose the conference championship, mathematically,
They're
they're
still
still
in.
going. They're still going to be in. Yeah, Indiana is on top. I mean, that's going to be the biggest game, but they're still going to be in the playoff. They're just not going to be a one seed.
And that's the game. Honestly, I hope in the Big Ten championship, I hope Mendoza fumbles. I hope he sucks, and I hope he slides down them draft boards, baby.
He said, "I hope he." They predict him to be a late third rounder,
Well,
baby.
in
That's Steelers territory.
the crazy thing is I think he may. Ohio State's defense is really like that.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
having Caleb Downs in the middle of the field, I wouldn't want to throw the ball against him either. But
no,
I mean, for actual NFL purposes, I need my dog, bro. I need somebody. Y'all saw
said I need my
Rogers
dog.
last
Bro,
week. Motherfucker came out there and was just selling.
Yeah,
Had me in depression by halftime. I've never had that. Well, no, I have, but not with him.
I think. All right, Marlon, leading perfectly into the
wait, hold
NFL
on.
talk.
Before we go into NFL, I had one more question, college football related.
Okay,
Yep.
you're
Is Texas Tech an actual threat to win the whole thing out of the Big 12, in y'all's opinion?
no, they don't have a defense.
I was gonna say
Hey,
no
what are
because I
you?
don't know if they can stop the run consistently. I don't know if they're. I don't. So
Isaiah,
bear
you
with me.
realize they're top five defense in the
Yeah,
country, right?
but bear
No,
with me, bear with me, bear with me.
it's big in
I
the Big
think
12.
I think they could be the new OU where
Yeah, where they
it
make it
looks
there and then
good,
get
Big
smacked.
12, yeah,
Yeah.
and then they get there and get smacked. I think they're
Okay.
gonna upset somebody. I think
Yeah.
I think they could beat Georgia or they could beat and honestly they could make Ohio State like give them a run for their money. I just don't know if they'll be able to beat some of those other teams that will be expecting it or can run the ball really well. And I think that's where like I'm looking at can they beat OU and I'm like nah I don't think Tech can beat OU.
Yeah. I just think
Look
everybody
with
looks
the
at them like they're superior, like they're this great team because they beat number 10 BYU and then they beat number 13 Cincinnati and then they beat number 14 whoever and then number 9 whoever because the Big 12, the highest ranked teams in the Big 12 are all like middle pack.
Yeah.
They're not
yeah,
it's not like they're beating number, 2, LSU or number 5 Georgia, number 3 Texas. But I was just curious because I like Texas Tech. I think they put a lot of money into their program and brought in
Patrick Mahomes
lot of
has yes,
a lot
absolutely.
of good defensive players play there now, and their defense looks legit to me. But I also am skeptical because I have not seen them play a team that can run it down their fucking throat.
Yeah.
And so when you can shut down these air raid Big 12 teams because it's more one dimensional, cool. But what happens when you get a team, you know, like
You
Georgia
can
or somebody that can run the fucking football like crazy? Like, can they stop a team that's multidimensional? That's
you
my
can
only question.
you can argue that on their schedule, their biggest and toughest game was when they played BYU at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Because I'm looking at it and it's Arkansas, Pine Bluff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kent State, Oregon State, who lost to Tulsa yesterday. You know how bad you have to be? No disrespect to Tulsa.
Yeah, they
As
beat Oklahoma
a
State.
Imagine cutting a
as
promo
They
a
on
beat.
for
Tulsa.
as a former Pac-12 team to lose to Tulsa,
Hey, bro,
dog.
you try, bro. You know them dudes in
I'm
Tulsa
not
Bro,
don't play
hating.
that shit. You better.
Yeah, I know Tulsa's pretty good, but
Ah,
look,
da, 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 da,
but
da,
like
da, da. Um, yeah,
everybody else that they've played on their schedule, and then they lost to Arizona State. Now, granted, that was a tough game, that was a close game,
well, they didn't
but
have Baron Morton in that game either.
yeah.
yeah,
I think they can make some noise. They will be a team that like they could catch somebody sleeping. I just don't know
yeah,
how good they truly are. But I mean, on the flip side of that, they could do what Ohio State's done a couple of times, which is mow through the Big Ten when the Big Ten really wasn't good and all they had to worry
and then
about was
sell.
beating Michigan.
Yeah,
And then well, just not have to play anybody. You get to the playoff, your team is healthy. You
mm-hmm.
just run through everybody. I know a lot of Ohio State fans last year were excited about them beating Texas, and I was like, bro, no comment. But we were eking into the NFL. Isaiah, you were about to.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were about to ask me a question about, I'm
Yes, it's a
guessing, Rodgers
very no,
or the
no,
Steelers
it's not even.
themselves. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go
yeah, the
ahead.
Steelers themselves. Okay, so I want to ask you, since Arthur Smith has been there, I want your honest opinion. Is he a good offensive coordinator? And I ask that because you look at the numbers and the execution of Rodgers, and granted he's older, but LaFleur to Arthur Smith, two different, totally, two minds, completely different as far as how they use players on the field. The execute, like, respectfully, why the fuck are y'all running like a lot of like bubble screens and shit when there's part of the execution, there's part of the play calling that's kind of confusing to me based on your personnel. Like to me, I know they try to feature Johnny Smith because he's a fast tight end and he's good after the catch, and Arthur Smith has a rapport with him, but you're not using him enough. If that's the case, if that's what you want to do, and then the run game, it's still complementary with Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, and I feel like DK Metcalf has fallen off of a fucking cliff over the past 3 weeks, and I say that because I have him in fantasy, and he's been pissing me off. Also, what do you think is the correct answer to that question as far as like what's going on with like the ineptitude at times of the offense? It can be very vanilla at times, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Because they're just not good. I mean that people have to stop gauging an offense after one or two games. After that Bengals game, everybody was parading around saying that the Steelers offense was fixed. But in the same sentence would say this Bengals defense is generationally bad. So you come off of that game and
Yeah.
everybody thinks it's great, and it's really not. The biggest issue is the offensive line is not very good. So they have to run heavy personnel sets to play. They are one of the teams, they're similar to OU. The issue is defense isn't as good. The defense doesn't set them up for points. And when they do, they win. They beat the Patriots, they beat the Colts. But offensive line isn't very good. You have to run like running personnel heavy where you bring in an extra tackle and you have Darnell Washington at tight end. So you're trying to run the ball. People are saying that they needed a wide receiver too because nobody's getting open. You can watch the all 22. They're open. He's just not throwing the ball. He
Mhm.
got his shit rocked last week and he was scared. And he was like not trying to.
Push the ball.
Well, yeah, he wasn't, and he wasn't trying to take a hit. The Jonnu Smith thing, I've said since he came to Pittsburgh, people think Jonnu Smith was better than he really was because he was in Mike McDaniel's offense.
Yeah, no.
He literally the best season he had had before last season was like 592 yards,
Yeah, and it was in Atlanta when Arthur Smith was the coach.
which
That
he also had him in Tennessee. But it's
yeah.
I think Arthur Smith's. I don't have a problem with his scheme. I don't have a problem with his play calling. Honestly, they're just not executing. They're like Jonnu Smith has a couple of big time drops. The Rodgers missed DK last week. DK got behind the secondary. Rodgers missed him horribly. There's
Yeah, that
guys
one was
running
bad.
open. Rodgers is wanting to throw the ball down the field instead of checking it down to get first downs and move the chains. And they just come out and don't look very good. And yeah, I just don't think that they're a very good offense. They're like 29th ranked total offense. They're not good. People think that they're good because they're winning games and stuff. But again, today they play the Bengals. Rodgers is probably going for 400. And all tomorrow you're going to hear is, look, this is a vintage game for Aaron Rodgers. And it's like, yeah, against the worst
Where's
defense in the league.
defense?
Put some context to it. It's
Mhm.
the fucking Bengals. Do it against the the Bills. We play them in a couple weeks. Do it against the Lions. Do it against them, and then I'll
Do
believe.
it against the Dolphins, cuz.
Yeah, well,
Do
they
it against the
probably
Dolphins,
will.
cuz.
But then they play the Chargers, and I'm like, bro, I feel comfortable about them playing the Chargers. Offensive, like their tackles are both out, but and
Mhm.
what happens? And the
Yeah, they're
defense
not going to
played
run the
good.
ball that
Well,
well.
and the defense played good. The offense couldn't get it moving, and then the defense got tired, and Herb
It's
Dog
more
was
of
Herb Dog.
attrition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And the
war of
Steelers
attrition,
are
man.
and Steelers are older. Ramsey is older. Once the game gets later, he's out of gas. Cam Hayward, older. TJ Watt,
Slay.
older. Well, Slay got hurt, but
Mm.
it's crazy. It's just the way to fix it, the way to fix it is they have to, and this is not me saying fire Tomlin, but they have to change something because what Pittsburgh has wanted for the longest time is they want to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, which it's cliche to say, but they want to be defensive minded, hard nosed, run the ball 100 times and impose their will.
Mhm.
That style does not work anymore because it's 2025. And because of the rules, you you have to modernize, big dog. So they have to focus more on updated offense and realize that your defense, regardless of if they can make plays in certain games or not, is older and they're not in their prime. Their best players on defense, like, and this is fact over
They're
feelings. They're on the other
30s.
side of their prime. They are on
Yeah.
their way out, regardless if that's next year or regardless if that's 2 or 3 years from now. They're out
Mhm.
of here. So you can't build a true championship team like that. If you look at the true champions, they have the players on their rise. They don't have the players that are
In their
already
twilight.
past. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the so stop being afraid of giving the youth the game. And that's what happens is usually when you play vets run out of gas and they're good enough to get you a winning record, that 9, 10 wins, but they're not good enough to get you over the hump. You need those kids that
Mm.
are fucking energetic. They don't get hurt. They're really, really fast. They can make plays. You need that. You can't have all possession receivers. You can't
Mhm.
have all like, oh, we have to run zone every play on defense because they can't keep up with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Like they are the best wide receiver duo in the league. You should be trying to build a team to stop the best so you can stop everybody. The Steelers aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Give
Drop
me
drop
a
the mic on that.
give me the
Dro-
give me the Bengals.
This fucking
And
guy.
I only say that because
Joe Flacco, I know.
Mr. Joe Flacco.
Cameron,
Joe
look,
I'm
fucking
sorry.
if you
Flacco.
were going to be
Okay.
right, I would allow you to be right. But this is how it goes in Pittsburgh, bro. This game is going to be painted as the get back, and it's in Pittsburgh. So they're about to let Joey Porter basically commit robbery. He's about to
Yeah.
hold, grab, tackle Jamar Chase and T Higgins all game and get no calls. The game's in Pittsburgh. Their defense is horrible. They can't stop us running the ball. Jalen Warren is going to run for a buck 15 and they'll come out and say, "Oh, the Steelers fixed their problems," and they didn't, bro. It's gonna be
So
a
Listen,
I,
man.
27-10.
I need to start him in fantasy. Damn it!
I
I
just
got him on my
need
bench right now.
your boys to please slow down the receivers for Cincinnati so they have to give the ball to Chase Brown. God damn
He
it.
said,
They
"Slow,
will.
slow, slow down, baby.
They
Slow down."
will. I think the Steelers are going to get mad pressure today on Joe Flacco and make him get rid of the ball fast. And if he's getting rid of the ball fast, Cam, you know who he's throwing to.
Yeah.
Chase Brown.
Check. Yeah. Check down.
Check,
Check down.
check
Isaiah.
down, Chase Brown.
Isaiah.
What's up? Yeah, we play in about 25 minutes. What's
Nah,
good?
I don't even care.
Okay, all right. Let me mute my mic.
So, what are y'all, again, and I'm going to ask you this every week. What are y'all doing with the two-part question, right? What are y'all doing with Mike McDaniel at the end of the season? And if if the answer is to keep him and give him one more year, would
Mhm.
you be willing to make a trade to import someone who is a Heisman winning quarterback to run
Yes.
that offense?
Kyler.
K1.
Bring him, baby. Bring him in.
I mean, are you guys hearing rumors swirling around about him coming to Miami?
Well,
I
no.
hear rumors
So
about Arizona wanting to ship his ass out.
yeah, they're shipped.
Yeah.
They're
Might
Okay.
want to go
probably
get him.
going
Okay.
to divorce this year,
Okay.
and I'm thinking, who needs a quarterback? Obviously, Vegas. But if the Dolphins kept Mike McDaniel's, I think that offense fits Kyler's strengths the best.
Mm.
and it allows him to get rid of the ball faster whenever he needs to. And Kyler has a rocket, so if Tyreek does want to
You
come
do.
back and play football, he can throw the ball down the field and shit. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
just a little guy, but
Yeah, the injury bug has bit Kyler Murray too much for me to feel comfortable with him being in Miami. Not saying he doesn't have the athleticism, but we have witnessed to a slower. But Kyler Murray has been hurt enough times to where I question if it's good for him to come to the NFC, well, the AFC East, because you got to go north a couple of games, and the defensive lines on the teams that we play against in our division, it's a little tougher than playing in Arizona. Granted, he had to run away from Aaron Donald for like 4 years of his career.
that's
So
crazy. Okay, well
that
then
being said,
how about we give the Dolphins a scenario where they get a former Super Bowl winning quarterback? How does that
Nick
sound?
Foles is he
No,
is
even
not
better. Even better.
Kenny Pickett, maybe.
Kenny fucking Pickett.
No, I mean, if you want me to be honest with you, there's too much money tied up in. It would have to be a straight across trade for us to get Kyler realistically,
And that's why it makes
because
sense.
there's too much money invested in what we got going on. I can see it looking enticing just for the simple fact of we've Mike McDaniel and Cliff Kingsbury were they were calling plays and they were on the same coaching staff in Cleveland when they were dog shit, but at least there is some familiarity in how they run their offense in the sense of like Kingsbury was more air raid. McDaniel was more like setting the tone, running motions, running the ball, getting
And it's
people
more
out in
West Coast
space.
too.
Yeah,
And
getting
that's why
people out in
yeah,
space.
that's
Yeah,
why I think
I,
it would work for Kyler, is because it's a West Coast scheme.
yeah.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Uh-oh, Trevor Lawrence won't be the quarterback for you guys next year.
No, no. Well, hey,
Ooh.
everybody in Jacksonville is done on Trevor.
Trade for Mac
The
Jones.
only
Get it
the only
back.
Don't
one
do it.
not done with Trevor is Shad Khan. Like everybody else and Duval is there. We're done. We're tired of Trevor.
Anyways,
Um,
question.
no. Bold prediction. Kyler Murray will go to the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh,
He will
nah,
back he
Lee.
will back
Look,
up Matthew Stafford for 1 year and take that program over
Lee,
or that franchise over.
look, I love Sean McVay. And
Kyler Murray will not sit.
I actually also love Kyler Murray. I mean, he did at OU. I also love Kyler Murray. Don't do it.
I
Send
just
him to
think
New
that
York.
I think to die. I think that I think Sean McVay's I think his experience with Baker and knowing that Kyler came from the exact same college coaching tree and offense that Baker came from, I think that with Matthew Stafford getting older, they're going to start looking at somebody that can take over the reins. I think that there's two places to me that are perfect fits for Kyler. Either the Rams, and the only problem with that is he'd have to back up Stafford for a year or two.
Maybe because
Yeah, or
let's say
unless Stafford leaves,
yeah, I was gonna say let's
like
say the Rams win
retires.
the Super Bowl. He's
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you go there and you have two like crazy good weapons plus good running core and an offense that's proven effective. Or Minnesota to go
hey
play
man,
with
don't give up
Jettas.
on JJ
And
McCarthy yet. No, I'm
I'm
joking.
not saying, but that's the only reason why I don't feel like he would go to Minnesota because I don't feel like Minnesota would bring him in because they have JJ McCarthy.
Well,
And
maybe
that,
they're starting to sour on him. Did you see what Jetta said?
No, he goes nine mode,
yeah,
baby.
Jetta, yeah, okay. Jetta's said that he has to refine his love for football. If a fucking receiver, after making the money he's making right now, comes out and
Not only
says that,
that,
they hate all of y'all.
the the best, arguably the best receiver in the National Football League since he has entered into it is Justin Jefferson. Why does he have to do that? It's because he don't have Kirk Chains no more. Okay, let
Yeah,
me just be real.
I mean,
It's
or
Sam
okay.
Darnold.
Samuel. Hey, they give him back.
I have an even better question for y'all. This is a would you rather kind of thing.
Okay.
If you were a free agent quarterback, would you
Uh-huh.
rather sign with the Rams, the Vikings, And I'm talking about just like you're only worried about offense. You're not worried about the success of the team, stuff like that. You're worried about fit
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
Rams, Vikings, Cowboys,
I'm going.
or Bengals. I'll throw Bengals in there.
Oh, Bengals! In God, that hurts my soul. But I mean, that's just too easy. Like I feel like Jake Brown on his ass. If I didn't say the Bengals, me personally, I was gonna go with. I'd probably sign with the Vikings.
Yeah.
I love the
That's what I
weapons
was gonna say.
in. I love the weapons in LA for the Rams. Devontae just threw his back out, trying to make a move off the
Yeah.
line. Puka's already said he doesn't want to play for that much longer. So I would be like, give me Jettas. But and then Kevin
Wait,
O'Connell, I
that
think,
fool.
is a good
wait.
offensive.
Hold on.
That fool.
Puka
That
Nakua
fool.
said he doesn't want to play that much longer.
Yeah, motherfucker, what the fuck?
Wide receiver Puka Nakua in
Puka
his
Nakua
third
said
year.
he wants to retire when he's like 30.
Jesus Christ! I
Yeah,
didn't know
Bro,
that he said that. That's wow. No,
Devontae
I wouldn't
Adams
go.
hit the most unk thing ever
yeah,
last
that's what
week.
He
I'm.
said,
That little
"Oh,
shimmy was like,
Ooh,
oh, hold up, hold
ooh,
up, hold
ooh,
oh
up a
fuck!
minute.
ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I be trying to
Yeah,
tell people when
slip my
it.
disc
Yeah,
again.
Ah, shit! Yeah,
goddamn.
dude.
Oh, Willie.
Oh,
Oh, my booty
goddamn.
out, Willie. Oh, but nah, that's crazy. I try to tell kids all the
Shit.
time, like, bro, when you get older, you're
You
like
just,
you still feel like you got it, and then
yeah,
you
like
try
your
Well,
to.
you got to think
brain.
this is a athlete. This
Yeah.
is a this is
Okay,
not
damn,
us.
bro. That's
No, no,
that's old age jumping on your back, so you can't deny it no more.
that's
Just
Father
creep.
Bro,
Time just
Yeah.
just creeping up on you, just whispering
I
in your
tell
ear.
people
You
all the
better not
time,
make
younger
that cut.
people, I'm like, y'all don't have any idea, bro. Because I like, especially like my basketball games, we got some younger kids on the team, and I talk to them all the time. I'm like, I see things like my brain tells me I can get by this person, but then I try and I can't move. Like
Yep.
my
I
body's
can't
like,
do
nah,
it.
bro. It's the most humbling experience ever. Like aging.
Yeah.
I
But
sneezed the other day and I felt my back like wince, like tighten up. I was like, oh, hold
Yeah.
on,
I don't know.
hold
It's
on.
that's
I asked because
I'd go to
like
the Vikings. They play in a dome year in and year out. You got to look at that division and look at it in the sense of yes, the Lions are hot right now. Green Bay is always going to be middle of the pack, and the Bears might
damn
be competitive.
shots at the Packers, bro. Easy.
They're
Go
always
pack,
going to be
go
middle. They're
go
always
pack,
going to be.
go.
They are the NFC's version of the Pittsburgh Steelers, respectfully. They're always going to be there.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm saying that in a nice way. Like I'm saying it in a good way,
Yeah,
Marlon.
no,
fucking
Like
you're
it's
right.
not
Isaiah's
a
throwing
You
shitty
right.
thing.
praise,
You right.
bro.
You right. You just took shots at them personally, and it is the truth. They are middle of the pack. I forget we're not in the Killer Bees era no more.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like
Yeah.
you
We don't have
know
been.
the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have been no more.
Brother, I
And
need Pittsburgh to be good so that Jacksonville can be good.
so it gives you a
I
No
need it
chance
comment.
to
so
beat them in the
bad.
No
playoffs or
comment,
something.
bro.
Bro,
No
Like
comment. Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, but
need
no
y'all to
comment.
pull your head out, man.
Nah,
Come
no
on.
comment. No
God
comment.
damn
Because
it.
everybody be think I hate on the
let
Steelers because I keep it real
not
with them. But my
not
question is are y'all ready for the magic today? Are
The
you
Magic.
ready for the magic of the future of the New York Giants getting his first start
Jameis,
of
let's
the
go,
week?
man.
Jason time.
Bookie.
Need a W.
He said it's J-Bo time.
J-Bo
He
time.
tweeted something.
Ah.
He tweeted something, and it was beautiful. He used a Bible verse, and it was a
Yeah.
picture of him like walking in the suit. I was like, he's ready. He's about to throw for about
He's
450, four
he's in. He's
touchdowns,
good.
and 4 picks. I
Who do
can't wait.
who do they play today? Because
Uh,
I got him. I'm betting the farm on J-Bo. I don't care. I'm going to
they
prize picks
play.
right
They
now.
play the.
Whatever.
They play the Packers today,
Oh, bro, he's cooking. Michael Parsons.
Bro,
bro.
bro.
Darius Slayton is about to have a career game
Yeah.
today.
So was J-Bo. Every
So
week
You
is a
know what's
career game.
crazy is like
Theo Johnson's about to be a top
happened,
tier tight end.
when it first happened, I was like, But when I think about it now, do you know how fucking hard it is to throw 30 interceptions in the league? He
And
was
not get
airing that
benched. Yeah,
shit
that's
out,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
Who
That is
that
wild.
was that Bruce Arians was their coach at that point, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, he was just like, fuck it. Break the record, bro. I believe in you,
Bro, that
J-Bo.
is
You know, they
Crazy.
went like 6-11,
Yeah. But to
and
throw
he
30 picks
said,
and not get
yeah,
benched is crazy.
he
That's a lot
made
of interceptions, man.
the Jabo-isms are perfect. He said the year after is when Tom Brady signed with him. He said it took the greatest quarterback of all time to take my job, and I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I was like, no, maybe it was the 30
Nah,
interceptions,
bro.
maybe,
Nah, they was just
just
hating on
maybe.
J-Bo. They was just
He
hating
was
on
the
J-Bo.
franchise until TB12 got there, baby.
They had to get Tom Brady in there because that's how good I was.
You
They
know,
needed.
the only thing that I wish for the rest of the season, at least until Jackson Dart comes back, I want JMO to get a snow game again. That's it.
Oh my God.
It was like
Unless
watching it was
what a
like watching
beautiful
a kid
thing.
play football. Yeah, like it literally was like watching a kid play football.
That's how he looked. He was like, "What a beautiful thing today.
I am so blessed to play out here in the
I'm blessed
snow."
and highly favored."
Did you see on the episode of was it Bussin' with the Boys when they said that
Mm-mm.
somebody said that Jameis calls plays like he's telling a secret?
Yes, I forgot what wide receiver it was. It was a
Yeah.
wide receiver or a tight end. They were like, "That's how he calls plays." He's like,
All right.
"All right, y'all, we got split right,
Yeah.
wide left, tango, all set, ready."
He's the GOAT. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't even
They
care.
said he is like every story of Jameis Winston is the best story that somebody else can tell about Jameis Winston
Yeah. They said he's
because they're
the
hilarious.
I think they everybody said they love him real life because like that's him. He's not like he doesn't change. I'm like, man, J-Bo, you if he doesn't go into media when he retires, I'm
I'm gonna be
disgusted.
pissed off.
I'm disgusted. Yeah, I
He is
need
a
him.
he is a Hall of Fame
What
quarterback
the hell?
based off of
God damn.
I don't know what Cameron said.
My
He's a Hall
bad.
of Fame quarterback just purely based off of the fact that he's still in the league and he's just so great to be around.
He's
Put
the
him in the
best.
put him in the hall. Put
Put
him
him
in
in
the
the hall
hall.
right now. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, two more topics. First, do y'all think that the Thunder should go for the Warriors record? And do you think it's possible for them to get that record?
I'm gonna try to start this off and keep it as straight and to the point as I possibly can. If they go for that, they are going to be dynasty level with the fact that they don't even have their full roster and defensively they are such a good team that they're still winning. It's basically it's SGA and night in and night out. He might have Chet, he might have Hartenstein, he might have Caruso, and they're still winning handily. Now that game that they had where they lost to the Trailblazers, like that game was a little different. I mean, it happens, but everybody loses eventually. But right now, the simple fact that they're on the type of run that they're on, and they don't even have the full strength of their team, it took Topic, who's like the biggest, how's he gonna look? They're looking forward to having him. This motherfucker got cancer. He's not due back till February. Jalen Williams is due back, I think, what early next month, maybe. Chet has been in and out of the lineup, so they're. I think that they should play their game, and if they play their game the way that they are right now, SGA is doing what he's doing, and they're competing because they want to compete because they're young. It means more to them. Why not go for the record? Why not?
Yeah.
And if they don't, I understand that too. You got to give credit where credit is due. They're 12-1. They started out
Well,
the season what? They
13 and
started out
1.
the season 13
yeah.
and 1 now. They started out what 9-0 or 10-0 before they took their first loss.
Yeah, I think 9-0. I don't
Mathematically,
like,
they could get the record
yeah.
if they lose one out of every 10, 11 games.
My thing is like, if there's ever a year, yeah, it's got to be this year because after this year, they have contracts coming up that they're not going to be able to, because they've already locked in the core. So, like
Yeah.
Hartenstein, not going to be back after this year. And Hartenstein, I mean, he's been as big a piece as any so far in the early going with the way he's played. But I agree with Isaiah. Like, you have a legitimate opportunity to chase it. Why not chase it? You're young. You're so deep that even if Chet goes down, even if Dub re-injures, you've shown that you have the depth to make up for that. So why not, why not go for it?
Well,
And
I look at the level of importance of Isaiah Joe and Aaron
yeah,
Wiggins too in these moments where they have to find the scoring somewhere else. Now
yeah,
Shea is still giving you 30, and
yeah,
AJ Mitchell giving you 25, Aaron Wiggins giving you 25 on any given night, Isaiah Joe
yeah.
giving you 25,
Chet's been
Hartenstein putting
pretty
up double doubles. Like,
Chet's been pretty consistent around 20 to 25 every game. I mean,
mhm.
it's crazy because like Shea hasn't played in the fourth quarter of like 10 of the 13 games, and he's averaging over 30 points a game. That's just wild to me. Like, and your second best player, according to the public, is has not played a single game, and you're 13-1. Like, I think that Chet's going to be an all-star this year. That's just my opinion. Even when Dub comes back, I think they're going to work Dub in the same way they worked Chet in last year, where they're not going to have a lot of sets for him. And this is the same way Chet started last year before he broke his hip. Like when he had a training camp to iron everything out and to get in rhythm. Like I don't know, he's such a matchup nightmare just because of his length and his ability to handle. And now he's got the little turnaround that KD taught him. I like where the Thunder are at. I also think that um I think that I think they should once he's back and healthy. This is kind of wrong, but I think they should part ways with Topic because they Topic was supposed to be what AJ Mitchell is. AJ Mitchell's balling, and not to mention you're not going to be able to afford everybody or have the roster space to keep everybody. And if the season ended today, the Thunder have 3 lottery picks and 4 total first rounders next draft. That's insane. So I don't. I would chase it if I were them.
I'd chase it. It's a perfect way to enter your name in the history books. Like you could be
Hmm.
whatever. This could be the start of what everyone was talking about with Golden State, where that I
Yeah.
mean it was the year after they won the NBA Finals where they 73-9. So it's a good way to get on top of that. And then if you win a championship on top of it, you cement your legacy as the best team in the NBA history. So I would do it. They're so deep that it's in reach. It very much resembles that Golden State team because that Golden State team was also deeper than hell because
Yeah.
they were going like 10, 11 deep. Um, I would do it. I think they can. They just have to obviously. It's still early in the season. They're and I don't see what a lot of teams can do to beat them. There
Yeah.
maybe the Nuggets could catch them slipping or something like that. Maybe the Lakers could catch them in LA and whatnot. But like outside of those teams, I don't see what anybody else in the league has for them. I don't see
Bro,
maybe the Knicks, but again,
I
they'd have
feel
to play
like
the game of their
the
life.
worst matchup for them. Like, I feel like the only matchups for them that would give them a little bit of hell is San Antonio and Houston. But Houston, neither one of them have a point guard. So they could give Oklahoma City problems defensively, but they don't have a clean, efficient offense to run against the best defense in the league. So,
Wimby's bringing the ball up type
but yeah,
shit.
but if,
You know,
yeah, but if they can find, if either one, well, San Antonio, I guess, has a point guard. They have De'Aaron Fox,
yeah.
but I just, for some reason, something doesn't. I feel like they have nights. Like I don't know if it's just a youth thing with San Antonio, but I feel like if they have a good night on the same night that the Thunder have a good night, they could give the Thunder some problems.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Yeah.
because the Wimby
They're,
matchup.
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, the Wemby matchup alone is that's going to determine a lot about well their entire season. He's healthy. They have youth. They're starting to reach into their bench a little bit, but you look at San Antonio as a team, and you're like,
Fuck them.
mm.
That's what I
I
say.
mean they look good. What happens if Wemby doesn't
That's a
perform? A
wrap.
lot
And that's
Yeah.
hinges.
What happens if Austin Reeves comes in town?
hey, bro, he got
Yeah.
cooked. But
or Luca?
yeah, um,
Nah.
I think the Thunder should chase it. I think they have, like I said, and I'm a hater. And I'm still like, nah, these dudes is like that's it's the real deal because of how good they are defensively. How many bodies they can throw at you in how many different ways. Usually a team throws a defender on you, and then whenever they go to the bench, you're like, all right, man, now I'm about to no, there's none of that. You are working for everything you get. So I think they have a really good chance, but I mean, we can revisit in, let's say, late December, early January to see how the league turns out. Because if I'm any other GM in the league right now, I'm trading. I have to because the gap between the Thunder and everybody else is so big. I'm
Yeah.
trading right fucking now.
Like just seeing what they did to Golden State and then thinking, oh, maybe Golden State just, maybe they just didn't, care or whatever. But then wa- watching Steph, light up San Antonio the very next night for 46. Like to me, that was as much as anything, that was okay, the Thunder are definitely on a different
Yeah,
level
they're for real,
because
for real.
they shut him down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was the separator. It
Yeah,
really
and then
was.
watching them do that to Luca a couple nights later and Reeves, two of the hottest players in the league right now. And you held Luca to like what 21 and Reeves to like 12. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely that's what I'm saying. I would go for it, but Isaiah,
Yeah, I'm listening.
Isaiah.
I'm here.
Was
Did
there
you
About to
watch
kick.
any of the Did you watch any of
We're
the
about to,
UFC card?
yes, I did. I was a little pissed off.
Why?
I'm not trying to go to jail or anything, but I was unable to find a way to watch it the way that I normally watch it, and so I was hinging purely off of commentary off of YouTube. But
That's crazy work.
I could kind of see a little bit of the main card because I was on the Twitters, and every time I would pull up a new link to watch this
It
legally,
it would get taken down.
it would get
Your
taken down.
Wi-Fi wouldn't connect all the way.
Yeah, for some strange reason. And then I would cut it on and then see that Leon Edwards got knocked out. And then I would cut it on and then I would see
Well, there was what
Vieira get
four in
knocked
a
out.
row
Yes.
from Bo Nickel head kicking homeboy at the end of the prelims
Yes. Yes.
to Benoit Saint Denis
Yep.
knocking Benil
Carlos
Dariush
Prates.
out. That knockout is brother.
I've never seen a more clean straight to the chin in my
I've
life.
never seen somebody lawn chair while stepping back like that. I've seen legs get stiff and just fall, but he lawn chaired and then his head
Yeah.
smacked like after his ass hit the mat and then it just yeah, he was out of there. And it looked like he was
Yeah.
kind of smiling up like
Uh,
and then Protez came down and hit him.
yeah.
And yeah,
I will say I did not get to watch the last two just
you
because
didn't miss anything.
I was fighting for my life to look for them and I couldn't get them to work. That being said, from top to bottom, this card was put together really well. I felt like there was some really exciting things. Malcolm Wellmaker, I was really looking forward to him fighting because he's been knocking motherfuckers out. And Ethan Ewan kind of came in there and like controlled the match. Aaron Blanchfield subbing Tracy Cortez was just a dumpster fire of a match. It just pissed me off because you could tell she has like I don't know where her wrestling went. I don't know where her
Who?
technique went. Tracy Cortez, it went out of the water. It was
Bro,
like Aaron Blanchfield is good.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
that's why I was about to say
Yeah,
that's why Tracy Cortez has been wrestling not people at the top of the division. Blanchfield is at the top of the division. You should
yeah,
have saw that when Tracy got just absolutely dog walked by Doug Rose.
yeah.
That should have let you know her level. She's
I've
not
never
up there yet.
seen a form tackle. It was like watching an NFL tackle where somebody catches like a check down and a linebacker screams up, wraps them up, double legs, and just literally runs them into the cage. And then she couldn't scramble correctly and she got choked out like that.
Choked out, no hooks, in
Yeah.
yeah, a weird position.
She almost had an arm triangle on her. No, not an arm God, I it's losing me. You know where they got them choked like this, they're wrapped around them.
What, just the guillotine? Or are you talking about a
No, it was the
Darce?
front mount.
Oh, you
Yeah,
talking about
Darce.
no. You're talking about a arm triangle.
Yeah, arm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
said it right. The arm triangle. She almost had her in an arm triangle.
Yeah.
Benoit Saint Denis was beautiful. I've never seen somebody fall like that, bro.
That was a
He
16
said,
second quick. That was a quicken because he
"Yep,
thought he had stunned him, and then he rushed in, got clipped, and then just crumbled.
yeah,
Yeah, and then
um,
the Carlos Prates, that straight was nice. He hit him on the
yes,
button, put him out.
yep,
Michael
yep,
Morales versus Sean Brady. Morales, he got comfortable in the pocket, and
yep,
it looked like he was hitting a heavy bag.
yeah."
And
He was just doing work, man.
yeah,
He was just doing work.
Sean Brady, he's really, really good too. So it's kind of crazy what's happening with the welterweight division. If you didn't get to watch the last two, I can explain it. Valentina Shevchenko was just way too big for Weili. Weili could
Hmm.
not close distance without taking a knee or a body kick. It was
Hmm.
not the most exciting fight to watch. It was,
Point fighting, almost like just
yeah,
working.
and then Valentina would just take her down, and that like a couple, it looked like Islam, honestly. And Islam,
Mm.
with Jack Della Maddalena, he bro, what do you expect?
19 minutes of control time.
I
I just put up the
smash, I
stats.
take you down, and I smash you. I smash. Come to
Yes,
Dagestan, and then what to put the
2 3 years
cherry
if
on
forgive.
top, bro? I don't know if y'all saw it, but at the beginning of the pay-per-view, Dylan Dennis got his
Yes,
ass whooped. They jumped the
he
fuck
got
out of him
jumped,
by
bro. I
Islam's
saw
team.
that.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
they were on his ass, and I was like, bro, it
Why is he there?
well because he paid, but I get
Yeah,
like
I get that, but
people have to
the
understand like the trolling in America. You can become very popular by just being a big troll. And that's what Dylan Dennis is. He's just a troll. That's all he is.
Yeah.
His job is to get under people's skin.
he
You don't
flamed
understand
out.
that those
Yeah,
you don't understand that those Dagestanians, they don't understand the difference between you behind a
shit talk.
keyboard and you in real life.
Yeah,
So
they don't do
they
shit talk. They do
yeah,
snitch.
once you do that to them, it is life or death when they see you. There's no like,
Yeah,
hey bro, I'm just doing it for the
there's no
gram.
talk.
I'm just yeah,
Yeah,
no, they are out to fight you. Like if you say, "Oh, I could fuck all y'all up with my hands tied behind my back." They don't understand that you're joking, my dog. They
yeah.
think that you're dead ass. So when they
They're like,
see
oh,
you,
okay.
they're like, "For the
It's
love
a
of our
fight.
country."
Well, not only that, it's just like what Wonderlay told Chael Sonnen. I won't go now. No talk. Go now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, I can't let you
I
get
can't let you get
close.
close. Shot for the perfect double leg too. That's crazy work. But yeah,
But I mean, I'm more upset that I didn't get to watch those last two. I figured that's
you
how they were gonna go.
you didn't miss anything.
Um,
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
yeah, and right now the Dagestanis are on a not even a generational run. This is like 40 years in the making
This
of
is
doing what they're doing to the UFC record.
this is for the Dagestani people. Oh God, that's horrible. Let me redo this. For Dagestan fighters, this is the run that the Brazilians had from Hoist Gracie all the way to Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
And it's just pure domination. I can remember fucking Lyoto Machida was from Brazil. He was the light heavyweight champion. Anderson
Mhm.
Silva. You had some big heavyweights that were Brazilian. You had fucking, I mean, Hoist would fight in the early days. Jose Aldo, like they were everywhere. And now it's Dagestan. And sitting here like, man, y'all want to have a White House card? Fucking, where's the Americans? Our steroids ain't as good as everybody else's.
Jesus Christ! I think right now too. Let's get it. Let's get a Dagestani woman in there to just clean it up. The
Oh
closest thing that they
God.
have is Valentina,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she's been dominant for a while. She had that slip up against Thug Rose a couple years
Nah,
ago.
you mean Alex Grasso?
Oh yeah, Alexa. Yeah, my bad. It was Alexa Grasso. My fault. And then outside of that, like she went back in the lab, kept working, getting better, beating everybody's ass. When does she hang
Isn't
it up?
isn't that
Still
the
don't know.
isn't that the Nunez? Aren't they hyping Nunez coming
Uh
back for Valentina?
no.
Yeah,
Nunez for Kayla Harrison.
Kayla Harrison.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
because
okay.
that's the what division is that, Marlon?
Strawweight.
Which
Oh,
Kayla Harrison's
you talking
been
about Kayla Harrison and
Yeah,
yeah,
Amanda the bantamweight.
yeah, bantamweight,
which
which is
Kayla
the
Harrison's been
heaviest.
dominating, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
she
that's why
came
they're
Well,
out and
hyping
she's
that
had
up.
two fights.
yeah, but
She's
she
had
came
two
out
fights,
and
right?
beat the fuck out of
Fucking
oh my God, I forgot her name. The
uh,
lady that beat up Amanda their first fight.
yeah, damn it.
I forgot her name.
Yeah, I feel
I'm a
bad.
casual, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a
No, we're not
casual.
casuals.
I'm a
But
casual.
her
Can
run wasn't that long.
No, it
That
was
we'll
a
say
fight and
that.
she got her ass whooped.
Yeah.
can
She
you
was in a sleeper match and won, and then got beat up by Kayla Harrison.
is there a possibility because I feel like this is the only fight that makes sense coming up.
Hmm.
But when Ilya challenges Islam, is
I
there a
think
possibility that he can make history and challenge for both Islam's belts and be a three division champ?
possibly. Well, he already has
I
the lightweight, so
Yeah.
right, that's what I'm
Islam.
saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, can you challenge for two different belts at the same time?
I don't know. I don't
No,
think it's
well
ever
he
been
well
done.
yeah he wouldn't be able to have two of one of Islam's belt because Islam had to get rid of the lightweight, so he technically only has one right now.
Yeah.
His lightweight belt is was vacated, and that's what Ilya has. But
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
yeah,
Ilya would
yeah,
have to go down and then
yeah.
beat. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, Islam would have to go down and be, but either way, right? Right?
Yeah.
They could do it to where it depends. No, no, they can't. They can't because they have to pick a weight to fight at. And if they pick
Yeah, that's
170,
what I
the
thought.
155 belt it won't matter. And then if they go
Yeah.
down to 155, the 170 strap doesn't matter. But I think after last night, and I was on the train of Ilya. I think Islam is too big for Ilya. I know
Yeah.
like
He
Ilya
just.
has hands. He had, but I don't
But
think
he's
that
five
he's
But
four
how
or
many?
five
But how
five.
many times have we seen that scenario with these Dagestani fighters? Like, you can have all the hands you want, but these dudes suffocate you. Like like relentless
That's the point.
pressure, and
Yeah,
that's how
that's
you
the point.
beat guys that have hands like that. You
it
just pressure the
is
fuck out of them.
it is so
Yeah.
frustrating because I want to see more action in these big fights. Like I want to see people get beat the fuck up because I'm a sicko.
Yeah.
But because of how good they are at grappling and because of how not technically sound that a lot of these fighters are or able to catch up to that level yet, and they're not. Hey, come to Dagestan and train. Yeah, go to Dagestan and train, bro. But because
Go
they're
there and
not to
wrestle
that level,
bears.
yeah, yeah, right. Because they're not at that level yet, it makes those fights so boring. It is
Yeah.
it's just not boring in the sense of like it's not good fighting. It's great fight. They're just so dominant. It's like why do I need to watch this? And that's what you
Yeah.
could tell from last night is Islam was so far ahead of Jack Della Maddalena that it didn't matter. He was
Yeah.
just
That was
he
light
did
heavy,
whatever he
right?
wanted. That was middle or welterweight, sorry.
Walter White.
Yeah, yeah.
Welterweight and
Yeah,
light
so
heavy's the next one up, right?
middleweight. Middleweight.
Middleweight. God
Yeah.
damn, he's that
And
little.
Yeah.
I thought he was
yeah.
bigger than that.
Nah, dog.
No.
Well, he looked,
Well, he
bro.
walks around bigger
Bro,
than that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he walks around like 205. But Islam at 170, he looked huge. He was big, stout. Joe even said it when he touched him. He was wow. He like after his like his presser or whatever, he walked back to the desk and said that he feels like stout. He doesn't feel like whenever he would fight at 155, you could tell that he killed himself making the weight. At 170,
Yeah.
he looks just natural. He doesn't have to give up his cardio to lose the weight. He doesn't have to make himself sick. He's actually healthy, and he was like, bro, there's nobody at 170 that he can't do this against. And I know there,
Give him Colby and then give him Kamaru back to
give him
back.
Kamaru. Colby does not need to fight again. But there, bro, honestly, and I'm respectful for what Kamaru Usman did. I don't think he should get the next fight. I just if you're gonna give it to him off of his name, that's fine, but understand that you're giving it to him off of his name alone
Yeah.
because his last he's like one out of his last three or some shit like that. So
Hmm.
I need him to beat somebody that I actually think like he beat Joaquin Buckley. That's cool, but there are
Yeah.
better, higher names in that division than Joaquin Buckley. You still have
Yeah.
Shavkat Radmanovic. You still have Ian Machado Gary, and then you have Carlos Prates after fucking steamrolling through Leon Edwards last night, and then you have the Michael
What's
Morales guy too. Who that was supposed for him and Sean Brady? Dana had said that was a title eliminator fight too. So it's like, what do you do?
what does happen when Shavkat actually gets healthy?
I would he's was supposed to get a title fight, but because he's not ever healthy, I don't think you. I think you maybe you give him
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman, and
Yeah.
this is a title eliminator. If you win, then you get your title shot back. And Kamaru, if you can beat this young stud, pause, you get your title shot. But I mean, I don't think you can give Kamaru Usman because he's like he hasn't even fought that much. He lost to the
No.
head kick to Leon. That was in August of 2022.
23. Oh,
22.
22.
He
Oh, wow.
fought again in 23. He fought another time against Hamza in that late round, like late fight where he filled
Mhm.
in 2023, and then he didn't fight in 2024, and then he fought in June. So it's not like he's active. He's
He's
shut
spacing
it down.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like, bro, if they give him a title shot, I won't watch.
I want Shara Bullet to fight a little bit. I wish he could fight in the States because he's intriguing in his style.
Oh
Not the
yeah,
fact that he
him taking
not
the
the fact
punches
that
to the face from MVP.
yeah. Well, no, I think he's still interesting as a fighter, and but
Yeah,
I don't think he'll ever get a ranking because he can't fight in the US. Also, one last thing. I don't know if y'all heard, but what does the statements that Ronda Rousey made against Joe Rogan and against how she feels about the UFC today, if y'all heard them, what's your take on it? How do you feel about it? Because I felt like she was on some bitter shit.
she is very bitter. Ronda is honestly, I think she's just trying to sell books and shit because she did the same thing with WWE. She came
Yeah.
out like 3 to 4 months ago and she was like, basically fuck all these women, blah blah blah. They made me fight against Alexa Bliss, and the only reason that they made me fight against Alexa Bliss was because she was the top merch seller. And it's like, yeah, bud, that's how wrestling works, stupid.
That's how you
Um,
sell.
but she was like, I don't understand because why would they put her against me? I'm Ronda Rousey, and it's just like her ego is so
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
and it's you can even see
That's what
who
got her
Joe
head
is.
kicked.
Yeah, you can
Because in
also
her,
see
I
who
think if
Joe
I
is.
remember correctly, she said
Yeah.
the only person that she was upset because she wanted the only person to pin her to be Alexa or Shayna Baszler,
Charlotte.
right?
Yes,
Shayna
Shayna was
Baszler.
the only
Wow.
one that she was okay
Yeah,
losing to, and that's
yeah,
because they're friends.
and that's fucking wild to me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
dude,
what
it's
that's
entertainment,
yeah,
dog.
and
Like, it's
she's
not a showcase of your skill. It's just entertainment.
yep. And when you
But
were
she,
showcasing your
Which
skill,
you
you got your
signed the
ass whooped.
contract to go to
yeah,
the WWE. So you
the
had to
the more I
understand how
hear
the
her,
business works.
the more I'm exposed to Ronda, the less I like her. Like,
Yes,
honestly. Like, because I think I know what you're talking about, Isaiah, because she was just shitting on Joe Rogan because he never fought, right? Or he's
yes,
not a real
Yeah,
fighter.
she
He
yeah.
just
went
talks
she
about
went
shit.
on
Like,
Well, she said
yeah,
he's not a
he's
well
a
she
fan with an audience is
yeah,
what she called him.
yeah,
yeah,
He's not an expert
yeah.
is
He's
what she
not an
said.
expert. He's a fan with an audience.
yeah. I don't know, man. He knows his shit pretty well. I mean, I'm not
Well,
saying
you
he
got
could go in there and be successful as a fighter, but you
well
don't
not only
have to.
that,
You don't have
let's
to be
just
a great person in whatever the field is to be able to talk about it. Like,
it is no different than Mike Breen being a commentator for basketball.
or
He
Brian
is sharpened.
Windhorst
Yeah, he is Mike Breen didn't I don't think Mike Breen even played college basketball. But he is one of the best commentators in the NBA, period.
Yeah.
And you also have to look at Joe Rogan had such an interest in MMA that he has been with it what Marlon 4 years after it started is when he did the commentary on it for free.
It was like 96,
Yeah.
97, yeah. And
Yeah. So
he did the commentary for free and pretty much said that he's tied at the hip to it. I get what she's saying. She just didn't phrase it right because as a UFC expert, I believe that Joe is a UFC expert.
yeah.
MMA, I don't think he's an expert, but he does know his shit. And for her to
Yeah.
say that it is it just comes off as egotistical because it's like, bro, like Joe is more knowledgeable than a casual, and that's
Yeah.
literally all you need to be an expert. Maybe he doesn't
Exactly.
have the ins and outs of the preparation that you have, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the knowledge that you get from any sport is from fucking rewatching it
Yeah.
and being coached. That's
It's
very
study.
easy to do. Joe Rogan has been around as many different training camps and types of or styles of fighters and stuff like that. It's like that. And then whenever he has the credibility of somebody like Daniel Cormier, where they have conversations about stuff as they're
Yeah.
fighting,
Yeah.
and you know how high of a level DC was. Ronda, shut like respectfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just shut up. If you need to sell a
Yeah.
book, come out on some cheesing and smiling and shit. You guys didn't get to know me whenever I was a fighter. Learn about me in my new book. Yeah. You don't have to come out
Yeah.
and be just
And to me it has nothing to do with Joe Rogan has never said anything disrespectful about Ronda Rousey.
He
So
even answered it on an episode of his pod where he was just like, I understand it. Like I have nothing but love for her. She just has a championship mindset, and that's what it is. You have that championship mindset, and it is, oh, he never fought, he ain't shit. And he was like, I get it.
yeah,
And he's like, yeah,
yeah.
you have to be an egomaniac whenever you're a fighter. The problem with that, Joseph, Ronda hasn't fought in a
In
long
9 years.
time. You can,
She's
I,
not a fighter anymore or a
yeah,
champion.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Like
That
she is
shit went,
now, she is diluted down to where Joe Rogan is.
yeah,
yeah.
and
You are
her,
on the same level. The only thing that she has over him is she won what bronze in judo? Was it
yeah, in
judo?
the Olympics, yeah, yeah. No, she's
Yeah,
like Ronda is a very accomplished like fighter in
yeah,
her own right. And I
yeah,
like she's been on this tour because she said that UFC fans are, which I agree with, but that UFC fans are very quick to pivot from the stars of yesteryear into the stars from now to where now it's as soon as somebody wins a title and they defend it twice, the people before them, it's like doesn't matter. And
yeah,
I stood on the hill with Izzy. When Izzy was on his way up, people were quickly to say he's the best middleweight of all time. And I was like, how? How are you the greatest of all time? And it was always a, well, he fought better competition. No shit.
yeah.
He fought
You have
15,
Everybody's
to.
15 years after the style of MMA that was happening when Anderson was at the top. So
Yeah,
I get it what she's saying as far as like people like MMA fans do not care about their like no one talks about Chuck Liddell's run as much anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's just like, oh, Chuck his ass. If he fought right now, he'd get his motherfucking ass whooped. And it's like
well,
that's
no
not the
shit.
question. Yeah, that's not
He could barely fucking
talk.
sit
Yeah,
still, man.
yes. But
Like,
it's like the like it essentially would be like fuck the Celtics in the 70s and 80s or the 2008 team. It doesn't matter because they're ass and whatever. As to where actual NBA fans are like, man, those 70s or those 80 Celtics teams, they were really good
Because
teams.
they stay in those eras when they talk about those teams. They don't obviously if you brought the fucking 50s and 60s Celtics to the 2025 Thunder, I
they
mean,
would get
you
They're
know,
getting cooked.
yeah,
walked.
but where the game was at the time of those teams and how dominant they were in those times is like the more like the non-casuals. That's how they discuss stuff like that. And that's why like
Yes.
I tell people all the time, I can't stand like people at work and stuff like that. I hated it at Hobby Lobby, like the way they talk about fucking sports. When I'm listening, I'm like, I want to say something so bad, but then I just kind of keep myself from it because I know they don't know any better, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, no, all right,
It's
I'll
so
let you have your
much.
day.
Yeah, it's really the what have you done for me lately? And I just try not to have like I'm similar because I am a freak where I know for a fact like I'm watching everything. I am
Yeah.
it like even if I have to wait until the kids go to sleep to then just catch up and be like, let me see what happened. I'm doing that. So whenever I hear people have conversations, are like, "Oh man, I just looked at Wikipedia and I seen that so and so has 6 title defenses. So that means that those and it's just like you have to put context in it. There
Oh
has
yeah,
to be context. And if
yeah.
there's no context, then it's like it is what it is. And that's I also can remember standing firmly on the side of like, no, Kamaru Usman is nowhere close to GSP. And when it's like he cleared out the division, he fought the same 3 names. He fought Gilbert
Yeah.
Burns, Colby Covington twice, um,
Masvidal.
Jorge Masvidal.
Masvidal twice, and then he got head kicked into oblivion by Leon. So 3 names he beat, and I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be like, oh, the 3 names he beat more time, like multiple times. I'm supposed to value that over a run from like 2005 until 2013.
And then retired
Come back
and
and
came
choke
back and
somebody
won
the
again.
middleweight
Like,
championship. Yeah, yeah.
bro, like,
That's
yeah,
the
GSP is not going to be touched.
Yes, that's the context that people are quickly in the conversation of the greatest of all time. You can see it when it's happening. Like Marab,
Yeah.
yes,
He's on
He's
his
greatest,
way.
he's gonna be up
he is
there. Yeah,
he is there
Yeah.
because
yeah.
there has been no bantamweight champ that has been that dominant. Even Dominic Cruz was the name that people said before him. He never stayed healthy enough. Marab has been healthy, he's been active, and he is fucking people up. And so his fight win streak, His like he
Yeah.
beat some big time. Sugar Sean is a big name. He dominated Piotr Jan. Uh,
Yeah.
fuck Triple C Cejudo.
Yeah.
He is dominating everybody. So it's like I can see that when people mention Habib, I can see it, but I still don't think. I think whenever he gets listed in the top four, or if someone says he's a better fighter all time than John Jones, I'm like, you're
Oh, yeah, you're smoking that loud
because
pack.
yeah,
Because another statement that she made was like, "Oh, the reason why people have their mouths firmly on his reproductive organ is because he retired before he could get beat.
yeah.
He walked away from." I was like, "There's a lot of other factors as to why he retired, but granted, he only fought MMA. He only had 21 or 20 fights, I believe."
21 or 22, I can't remember.
And I think in the
Or
UFC,
24 maybe.
I think he had right around 10 or so in the UFC from the time he started to the time he retired.
Yeah.
That being said, like I really don't think that people have that connotation of him. Right now what he's doing is more impactful than his title run.
Yeah.
He is molding an entire generation of Dagestani fighters
Yeah.
to dominate.
He is
Yeah.
To
Hoist
dominate
Gracie.
this, yeah, to dominate the sport. What are you talking about, woman? And respectfully, her run in the UFC, because she came from, was she in Pride, Marlon, or was she
Strike
in?
Force. Pride
She was
had,
in
yeah,
Strike
Strike
Force.
Force. She started, like, again, Rhonda, I'll give you your credit. Like, you
Yeah,
dominated. You
credit,
were the
credit, yeah,
pioneer to women's
yes,
MMA. If it wasn't
yes,
for you,
absolutely,
Dana had already even said there would not be women's fighters in mixed martial arts. Like, you get your flowers. But when
absolutely,
you start talking about, like, whenever we talk eras, it's the conversation is hard. Like Jordan, LeBron, Tyson, and all, like those are not good conversations because there's never an end to it, right? We can't put them together and see what actually happens. We watched
exactly,
Ronda in her prime still get head kicked into oblivion so you could see it
yes.
pass you by. That's
And then
literally
get
all.
Because at that
and then
point,
come back and get mauled by Nunez.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
at that point, if you look at her career, the biggest name that she fought was Misha Tate.
yes,
yeah.
And then afterwards, the competition had started to improve
quickly.
very quickly. She didn't train with the times. She didn't really work on her striking because she was so dominant in Strike Force and she was dominant in the beginning of her run in the UFC. What did she have? She had three moves, my guy.
Well,
She had
they hyped her up before the Holly Holm fight, which is what was supposed to be the seller of that fight, which is, and Joe Rogan's guilty of this shit too, because he would preach it. Ronda's in the gym. They say she's knocking like heavyweight men out. That's what her hands are at. And it's like, okay. And they
I
weren't,
saw her warm up in
yeah,
her
they
little
weren't,
promo and she was
yeah. Like I said,
dude, I was like, she ain't got no hands, bro.
Ronda is cool for what she was. When the sport evolved, she phased out. I get what she's
Yes.
saying. I think where she's missing at is that she is not. Ronda thinks that she is the greatest fighter of all time, and when she
That is
names some of
Amanda
these,
Nunez in the
yeah,
women's division.
Bro,
when
Period.
she or Valentina, but when she
Yeah.
names all of these women, it's like, or any of the fighters, she doesn't understand that, like she'll say people think that Brock Lesnar wasn't an all-time great. He's not.
No.
He was a
He had a
great,
run.
yeah. That's all. It was a run, but it wasn't all-time great because he was a champion. He just made it to the top of the mountain, but it wasn't an all-time. We have to get out of this mindset that all champions are all-time greats.
no,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they are.
Because I will say firmly that there is a reason why he had to go back to the WWE.
Yeah, they were fucking him up. Once they realized,
Yeah.
like, oh, if
Yeah.
you can keep him from taking you down, and he
Oh,
don't
that's
like
all
to
I got to
stand
do?
up. Yeah, that's what it
Bet.
is. Like I said, Brock, I love the run as a WWE fan. When Brock is the heavyweight champ, I'm like, bro, hell yeah! Like I want to hear the "Here Comes the Pain" intro when he
Mhm.
runs out and shit, and like I loved it. And
And
then it
I
evolved.
feel like I feel like it's disrespectful to what she did with her career to say the things that she's saying, and I get it. There is bitterness that's tied into that, but you can't shit on a sport that you haven't competed in and how people dissect it if you haven't been active in fighting in it in 9 years, not only that, you're also putting yourself in a position to like completely discredit the people that are there now. In that interview that she had, she did not mention any, I mean, any of the women that are in the sport now and what they're doing.
because she doesn't watch it. Um, I've just playing devil's advocate though. I can see why she's doing it in her mind. She probably is like, when I was on top, business was good. I was the cream of the crop. Dana, I was the greatest child, and just
Yeah.
because I lost 2 fights, I'm now not that. And it's like, hey, that's how business works,
Well,
unfortunately.
Yes.
and there's
Well, and
also
like,
a part of that that it's how
She
how are you at?
lost
You're not
because
sharpening your
well,
tools.
no,
That's
even
what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't even, Connor didn't sharpen his tools. And but
And
if
he got his ass whooped, but he was able to sell.
When you see Connor after he lost to Nate Diaz and they have the mic in his face and he says, and he just owns it and says he got me, I wasn't used to, like, he's explaining it and he's not making any excuses. He's saying he got the better of me. I'll go back
Mhm.
and train and try to get better and blah blah blah, right? That's what Nate or what Connor did. What Rhonda did is when she lost to Holly Holm, she ducked her head under. She didn't do any media or anything like that. And then for the build
Mhm.
up, she went and disappeared. And for the build up of Amanda Nunez, she did no pre media, which she was the first fighter to never do that. She did no
Mhm.
pre media before and then didn't do anything, got beat by Amanda, and then just disappeared. So, like,
Mhm.
yeah, you're not gonna be the golden goose if, like, you know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
can't be the golden goose if that's what happens, dog. You have to continue to make yourself marketable, and that's not just in the UFC. That's in business
Eh,
everywhere. Like, that's your
Yeah,
job. Everybody's jobs. Like, you have to
there
make
has to be
yourself.
humility in
Yeah.
what you're doing,
Yes. And as the
and
second that you think that you're over the company and they owe you something, they don't.
you end up like Francis Ngannou.
Honestly. And I remember saying it. Looks like we lost Cameron, but
Yeah,
um, I remember saying it when Francis left. Is I was like, he'll have a good fight against somebody. He'll make a shit ton of money, but like his name's gonna be lost in the wind now.
yeah.
He could
It's the
have
same
been.
thing that you were saying. Like, yeah, you had a run.
Yep,
There's always going to be a what if about you,
yep.
and that's fine. And that's it. And people that actually really pay attention to the sport, that's the part of it that they're going to remember. But going forward, like, you can't mention their names and be great because they could have been great and they chose. To me, they chose not to be.
Yes, there's a difference. Just chasing money or being great. You can't have both. Some actually you can, but people don't understand that you have to chase greatness so you can get the wealth after. But whatever.
Mhm.
Look like Cameron got booted, so we can go ahead and wrap up for the week. Looks like your Dolphins are in a barn burner right now. It's about to be tied 3-3. But what you want to
Yeah,
leave the
after the
people with?
penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep it sweet and let's just keep it simple. I love that the views went up from the weeks prior and last week's episode. Let's keep that going. Let's ride the momentum of that. Love the support that we are getting. Love that the people are paying attention to what we have to say. We're just some dudes that like some shit and we like to talk about it. So keep watching.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, when we do this again, I'll probably start off with I told you so because it's 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and the Steelers kick off at 12 Central Standard Time and they are about to beat the fuck out of the Bengals. And if they don't win, I will have the laptop on the floor next week and I'm banging out 10 push-ups. Guaranteed. We out.
Peace.